30 minutes left. Archangel Michael says, "It's an emergency, great tragedy is approaching. Open it now or you will cry." Archangel Michael says your window is open, and the wind is not a wind at all. It is a warning wrapping itself around your shoulders like cold cloth. It is the sound of wings, and the last half hour before a door either closes or opens forever, you feel the room shift as if the floor remembered something heavy. Your breath notices a rhythm like a clock with a pulse. The air carries a message that refuses to wait. The first sign is small, but small things start storms. A glass on your table hums and creeps to the edge. The archangel places his hand over it, and the hum turns into a hush. He stands beside you, tall as a pillar and bright as a promise. His eyes hold the sky and the smoke of battles you cannot name. When he speaks, fear and comfort arrive together. A shadow crosses the wall though nothing passes in front of the lamp. A bird cries once outside and then silence falls like a curtain. The curtain does not move again. You are not alone in your house, he says, yet no footsteps sound in the hall. You are not alone in your life, he adds, and this is both danger and safety. The difference is which voice you follow in the next 30 minutes. Listen to me, he tells you, because time is now a bridge of thin glass. Each step must be steady and sure. One mistake and the river below swallows the night. He shows you the clock and it starts to glow from the inside. The minute hand stretches like a blade. The numbers grow sharper than truth, E30. This is the minute of awakening. Feel your spine straighten and your lungs fill with new air. Stand up and place both feet on the ground. Say yes to being alive right now, with no delay. Refuse the softness that keeps you sitting when you should rise. Walk to your door and lock it with intention. Check the windows once, then once more. This is not panic, it is order, D29. The archangel draws a circle in your mind. It is a ring of light you can step into without moving. Inside it, you remember who you are. Your name is spoken the way mountains speak to dawn. Old promises uncoil like ropes and become ladders. The ladders lean against the next half hour. D20A. Gather what must not be left behind. Gather your courage, your focus, and your breath. Do not waste a single thought on what cannot be changed. There are papers in a drawer and a password you never wrote down. Here is a message on your phone that arrives at the wrong time. He moves his hand and the right time enters the womb. D27, you hear a thought in the distance of your history. It is the moment you believed you were not enough. He walks to it and unlocks it from your chest. A thought becomes a drum and the drum becomes direction. Your heartbeat lines up with its rhythm. The rhythm points to the door you must open inside. D26. He speaks of the tragedy that is coming like a storm on the ridge. It is not here to ruin you if you move now, it is here to expose every weak bridge you never tested. You are not meant to drown in this rain. You are meant to learn where to build higher ground. The bluebird appears when you stop hiding. D25. Your hands shake, and it is good that they shake. Shaking means the old cage is breaking. Shaking means your bones are waking up. You look at your reflection and see a person who survived nights that had no doors. You see a person who will not let the morning be stolen. You see a person who can still choose. D24, the Archangel places 2 feathers on your table. One is white like the middle of lightning. One is dark like the edge of new earth. The white feather is courage, soft but not weak. The dark feather is wisdom, heavy but not slow. Take both, he says, because one without the other is a trap. D23. Someone is whispering your name in a room you cannot see. A whisper wants you to wait until the moment is gone. The whisper wants you to be late to your own rescue. He leans close and the whisper dissolves like mist in heat. Late is a coffin built from excuses, early is the breath that empties it. D22. You remember a promise you made when the world first hurt you. You promised never to be caught unprepared again. Tonight you keep that promise. Move the chair away from the door. Clear the path between where you stand and where you must go. The body obeys when the path is clean. D21, he speaks and the room brightens as if a wall turned into a window. Your doubts retreat to the corners like old smoke. No core will hold them for long. The tragedy approaches with many faces so it can scare you with choice. He shows you one face and breaks it with a glance. The others forget how to form. D20. This is the minute of instructions. Repeat these 3 truths in your mind: I'm guide, and I'm protect, and I am decisive. Write them on a page and place it in your pocket. Words held near the heart become small shields. Shields matter when the night throws stones. D19. VVVVVVVVVVVVVVV. Do it again until your ribs remember they are a cage for strength and not for fear. Let your shoulders drop until they stop lying about the weight they carry. Your breath becomes a rope that pulls you forward. Your breath becomes the road itself. Roads like that always lead to morning. D18, the Archangel shows you the line between panic and power. Panic is running without a map. Power is walking with a compass that never argues. Hold your compass by doing the next right thing. Let the next right thing be small if it must be small. Momentum is a quiet king. T17. You will receive a message soon that sounds like mercy but smells like ash. It will tell you to sit this out and trust the worst to be gentle. It will promise to spare you if you surrender your voice. Close the door on that voice before it lifts its second sentence. Mercy without truth is a chain dressed like silk. You are not a prisoner of silk. E16. He places a shield against your back and a sword at your side. The shield is made of boundaries you are finally ready to keep. The sword is made of words you are finally ready to speak. You will not swing the sword wildly. You will not swing it at shadows. You will speak with precision when the moment calls your name. E15. Half the time is gone and the most important half remains. Do not count minutes, count moves. Do not count threats, count choices. You are not racing a clock. You are meeting an appointment. The appointment is with a version of you who refuses to break. The room holds space for that person now. D14. The Archangel asks you to remember the faces that truly love you. He asks you to feel how they would beg you to act. He asks you to act now so they never have to beg. Love is a reason and a weapon and a shudder. It is the one power that tragedy cannot counterfeit. Carry it like fire you can hold without burning. E13. He tells you that not all storms are sent to drown the city. Some are sent to wash the streets clean. The question is whether you open the gates or let the flood find you asleep. You are awake now. You are opening gates. You are choosing where the water will run. D12. A memory tries to pull you backward by the sleeve. It talks in the voice of a teacher who never believed in the size of your sky. The Archangel cuts the sleeve and the memory falls behind you. You walk forward in a shirt that finally fits. You feel air on a wrist that once wore a promise that never came true. Freedom is cool on the skin. T11. He asks you to bless the path, even the rough stones. Blessing does not mean pretending the stones are soft. Blessing means refusing to let them turn your heart hard. The hard heart cracks under pressure. A strong heart bends and returns. Yours bends now and returns better. D10. The wind outside rises and the door hums like a held note. A held note can be a warning or a hymn. It makes it a hymn. You can almost hear the language of your future. It speaks in verbs and not in excuses. It wants you to move. T9. This is the minute to forgive what stole your past but cannot afford your tomorrow. Forgive does not mean invite. Forgive means release and lock. You release the weight. You lock the gate. Both are needed to walk light. T8. The Archangel sets 3 lamps down the hallway of your thought. The first lamp is clarity, and it burns steady. The second lamp is courage, and it burns hot. The third lamp is humility, and it burns clean. What by all 3 are what been settled? Circles are just straight lines with fear at the wheel. T7. You hear your name a second time, this time like a grunt made of sunrise. He nods because the timing is exact. He says, now we turn defense into momentum. You gather your tools, your words, your silence, your stance. Silence can be a shield when words would scatter like sparks. Words can be a bridge when silence would become a wall. T6. The approaching thing reaches the edge of your land. It brings doubt dressed in logic and a ledger full of old mistakes. It hopes you will count wrong on purpose. He places his hand on your shoulder and you count right. 1 truth, 2 steps, 3 deep breaths. The ledger loses its page numbers. T5. He leads you to the window and you see the clouds slip apart. The path through the sky is narrow but bright. Narrow paths are honest paths. You repeat your 3 truths again and feel them stick like anchors in good ground. I am guided. I am protected. T4. A knock echoes, but the door does not know who stands there. He signals you to wait until your peace speaks. Peace has a better memory than fear. Your peace says not yet and the knock fades like rain on stone. Your peace just saved you from opening the wrong door. Trust how quiet wisdom wins. T3. He gives you instructions you can carry like seeds. Plant the first in your body. Stand tall and breathe slow. Plant the second in your mind. Choose the next right move. Plant the third in your spirit. Refuse to love small. Seeds like these sprout even in storm soil. You will see green where others see mud. P2. The tragedy tries one last time to borrow your imagination. It asks you to write endings you have not earned. It asks you to hold funerals for days that are not dead. You close that book and put it on the highest shelf. Stories are patient when you are faithful to the next sentence. The next sentence waits for your feed. T1. The room brightens as if sunrise arrived early just for you. He raises his sword and draws a thin line across the floor. The line is the border between what haunted you and what you haunt. Step across now, he says, and you step across. Your body feels the shape of new safety. Your mind feels the weight of new power. T0 The clock reaches the hour and something that wanted you stops wanting you. It slides back into the dark like a tide that misread the moon. Your house exhales and the lamps rest. He lowers the sword and you lower your shoulders further. The storm has been turned. The lesson kept, the path marked. The night knows your name and respects it. He is not done, he is gentle now. He walks you through what comes next with calm hands. Calm is a language that protects decisions. You will wake tomorrow with a spine that remembers tonight. You will carry the 2 feathers and the 3 truths. You will develop the habit of early courage, from now on. You will not wait for thunder to tighten your plans. You will do first things first while the sky is still friendly. Friendly skies love prepared travelers. You will keep your locks firm and your windows honest. You will keep your circles small and your heart large. You will keep attention like a lamp on a cold road. If a voice returns with the smell of ash, you will know it by the second word. If an offer arrives wearing silk chains, you will feel the threat bite. If fear tries to run the wheel, you will set both hands and drive. You are not promised an easy road, only a real one. You are not promised silent enemies, only a louder courage. You are not promised fewer storms, only better shelter. He smiles because your posture has changed. He smiles because your eyes have learned a brighter way to look. He smiles because this night heard you say yes. A great tragedy was not a single event waiting to crush you. It was a net of small neglects, a choir of late decisions, a cousin of despair. The net failed because your hands learned to cut. You stand in the doorway and taste the difference between fear and warning. One shrinks you, one grows you. Tonight, you chose growth. He wraps the feathers in a strip of blue cloth and gives them back. Keep these close when you speak hard truth. Keep them closer when you choose kind boundaries. Kind boundaries are a river with strong banks. They let the water move without drowning the fields. They make the land more generous, not less. From this night forward, you will plant your 3 seeds in every room you enter. Breath first, move next, love large. Rooms that hold these seeds become houses for miracles. You notice the glass on your table no longer hums. It sits steady as if it learned good manners. Even small objects imitate strong hearts. He touches your forehead with 2 fingers and a quiet map appears. The map shows turns you can make before the road bends. It shows bridges that will hold your weight. The map is not a promise that nothing will break. It is a promise that you will. You will break small to mend larger. When you sleep after this, sleep will be clean. No hiding monsters under the bed, only shoes lined up for the morning. No storms in the closet, only coats that smell like rain past, and when you wake, you will not chase the clock. You will meet it at the door with your shoes tied. You will let it walk beside you instead of ahead. If a day like this returns with another countdown, you will not start at T30. You will already be standing at T15 with your shield ready. You will already be holding your sword with 2 wise hands. You will not frighten yourself with what-ifs. You will ask your peace to speak first and last. You will let your peace decide which door opens. He takes one step toward the window and the wind finally remembers it is only wind. Stars bleak awake across the black like slow applause. The applause is for anyone who refuses to go missing in their own life. You have not gone missing tonight. You have arrived, and arrival is the opposite of panic. Arrival is the needle that sews your name into the hour. The Archangel's armor softens to the color of quiet thunder. He turns and every shadow in the room bows its head. Shadows bow when light is unafraid. This night will talk about you to other nights. It will say you listened when it mattered. It will say you moved while some still argued with the floor. Keep the circle of light in your mind for mornings that try to forget you. Step into it before coffee, before messages, before the street. Free breaths in sign that circle can save a day. There will be days when the white feather must lead and you must say yes. There will be days when the dark feather must lead and you must say no. There will be days when both must lead and you will say no. You may still hear distant thunder as the storm spends itself elsewhere. Do not chase every cloud that calls your name. Some clouds are gossip and some are maps. Choose the maps. Let your feet learn their handwriting. Walk until you recognize the country of your future by smell. The tragedy that came was a teacher that never wanted you to pass. Tonight you passed while it wasn't looking. It will not forget your name and now it will say it with respect. He places the sword back in its sheath and the sheath sounds like a door shutting softly. You feel how ending can be gentle when it is right. You feel how right blows without asking for applause. You place the paper with your 3 truths where your morning hand cannot miss it. You will read it out loud when the sun touches the window. You will read it again when it leaves. When people ask why your shoulders sit lower these days, you will smile. You will not tell them everything and you do not need to. You will simply live in a way that answers questions they do not yet know how to ask. He stands at the threshold, wings folded like dawn that has not opened yet. He says there will be other nights but you will not face them as you were. You will face them as you are now. As you are now, you can be trusted with sharp hours. As you are now, you can be trusted with soft ones. As you are now, you can be trusted with yourself. This is the gift you earned while the clock tried to frighten you. This is the gold no thief can melt. This is the ground that grows your next good season. You exhale and the room exhales with you. You blink and the world decides to be clear. Clarity looks good on your life. He nods once and the nod feels like a signature on a promise. The promise is that you will not abandon yourself again. The promise is that you will live in the front row of your own time. He steps into the night that has become less dark because you stood up. The wind closes behind him like a page turning in a brave book. The book sets itself on your shelf without dust. You stand for one more minute and let the quiet settle. Quiet that has earned its place does not need to ask permission. It simply sits and teaches. Tomorrow will bring its own edges and its own fields. You will bring your lamps, your seeds, your feathers, and your truths. You will bring the memory of a house that learned to breathe. The clock still ticks, but it ticks with you and not against you. It sounds less like a predator and more like a companion with good shoes. Good shoes make long roads kinder, remember this. No thunder can cancel a decision that was made in light. No jadab can steal what was claimed with both hands, and no fear can live where courage sleeps with one eye open. Tonight courage sleeps in your bed and wakes when you do. Tonight wisdom keeps watch like a kind guard at your gate. Tonight love places a chair by the door and decides to stay. The last of the wind wanders off to forget you. The stars do not wander, they keep their posts. You too will keep yours. And if someday another minute tries to shrink your breath, call on what you built in this hour. The answer is already in your pocket and your bones and your name. The answer is the way you stepped across the line when it counted. The house is quiet, your heart is quieter. The future is the quietest of all because it trusts you now. The night folds itself like a letter addressed to morning. You set your hand on it with gratitude that does not ask for an audience. Gratitude that asks for nothing always returns with more. Outside, somewhere, a door closes so softly it sounds like mercy. Inside, everywhere, a door opens so completely it sounds like home. You step through and do not look back. He is gone, but his instructions remain in the room like a scent of clean rain. You are here, and your decision remains in your chest like a steady drown. The world is waiting, but you are no longer late. Wob forward, keep the compass steady. Make the next right move. The worst never found you because the best woke up first. The best is the part of you that listens when light speaks. Listening is the strongest armor. Sleep now, or stay awake in peace if peace wants company. Either way, your time is yours again. Either way, you have learned how to carry an hour. There is nothing left to fear in this room, there is everything left to choose. Choice is the throne you sit on when storms bow. You take your seat, a storm bows. A clock smiles and keeps time for you like a loyal friend. And in the softest voice, the night says, "Well done," and in the clearest answer, your life says, "I am ready." And in the gentlest echo, the future says, "Welcome." If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Mitchell says the hour has passed, but the lesson is still fresh enough to write with heat. Do not let it cool into something you only half remember. Stamp it into your rituals until they carry you without asking. Begin with a simple rite each dawn. Touch the paper with your 3 truths and breathe until your bones hum. Let the day begin under orders that serve your future, not your fear. Walk your rooms with calm eyes. Notice what belongs to tomorrow and what belongs to the past that pretends it still has rent paid. Remove what doesn't serve and bless the space that remains. Keep the feathers in a place that requires intention to reach. When you take them out, do so like opening a vow. Let courage and wisdom sit on the table until your choices lean in their direction. You will meet people who speak like storms wearing smiles. Listen for the ash in their sentences. If you taste soot, step back without apology. There is a way to be gentle without becoming prey. There is a way to be strong without becoming stone. Practice both until they share the same heartbeat. Tonight taught you that readiness is a kindness to yourself. It is also a warning bell others can hear. The right ones will move with your rhythm, the wrong ones will trip on it. Do not rush to explain your light to those who love the dark. Some hearts cannot see the difference between guidance and glare. Save your explanations for builders, not thieves. Hide a list called the essentials I protect even in a storm. Put your peace at the top, put your name second, written in letters that can hold weight. Add your time, your focus, your quiet, and your boundaries. Add the faces that pull courage from you without stealing it. Add the work that makes you feel like a river finding its mouth. When the list is done, tape it to a door you open daily. See it until it becomes a reflex. Reflexes are promises you keep faster than thought. There will be days when everything looks ordinary. That is when your training matters most. Ordinary hours can be ambushes or altars depending on what you bring to them. Do not wait for drama to justify discipline. Discipline is love in work clothes. Let it clock in before the sun. Tonight peeled away the habit of delay. You be off. Delay looks like rest but spends like dead. Take inventory of your inner weather. If you notice fog, slow down and check your instruments. If you notice lightning, ground yourself before you touch any decision. Remember how the Archangel turned a held note into a hymn. Practice that alchemy with your own mind. Fear speaks in sirens. You will answer in signals. Signals are crisp and kind, they point. They don't bleed. They teach your feet where to land next. The door between you and the old panic now has a latch on your side. Use it when rulers knock. Use it when memory tries to sell you an outdated map. If grief visits, seat it at the table with clean water. Let it tell the truth without letting it drive. Honest sorrow rinses vision, dishonest sorrow fogs it. You are allowed to be tender with yourself without letting tenderness turn into permission to abandon your post. The post is your life, keep it with joy that knows how to stand. Build a small kit for sudden weather. Paper and pen, a glass of water, the 2 feathers, a copy of your 3 truths, keep it where your shaking hands could find it in the dark. Make a practice of stepping into the circle of light before hard conversations. 3 breaths. 1 choice, 1 clear sentence, clarity first, volume never. When the world is loud, lower your voice. Soft certainty travels farther than shouting, it reaches the rooms that matter and leaves the others alone. Each week, walk a slow mile with no music and no companion but your future. Ask it how it wants to be fed, then feed it with the next day's choices. You will feel temptations to test your strength with avoidable fires. Do not volunteer to burn just to prove you can heal. Save your healing for wounds the road requires. Keep your yes expensive and your no honest. Yes builds homes when placed well, no guards them when placed on time. Your relationships will shift when you stop being late to your own rescue. Some will rise with you and bring their own lamps, some will prefer the old night and call it comfort. Bless them, then choose your direction anyway. Direction is a mercy you give the hour, an hour with a compass becomes fertile. Practice small bravery in public and large bravery in private. The small teaches you posture, the large teaches you truth. Let your calendar reflect the life you claim to protect. If it doesn't, it will betray you with the smile of busyness. Busyness is a thief with good manners. Set alarms for water, breath, and stillness. Hydrated lungs carry courage better. Stillness is where your peace sharpens its edges. If anger rises, give it a task honest enough to cool it. Clean a drawer, write a boundary. Walk until your pulse writes its own apology. Remember how the minute hand became a blade. Time can be a weapon turned against you or a tool held well. Hold it with 2 hands when the work matters. Stop rehearsing endings you don't want, rehearse beginnings you can choose. Beginnings are small doors that open wider when you walk through them without flinching. Keep one place in your home that is always ready for a hard night, a chair that faces a window. A blanket with the weight of calm. A lamp that refuses to tremble, let that corner become a covenant with yourself. When doubt returns, don't argue. Measure your breath, your posture, your steps. Doubt shrinks when faced with numbers that belong to you. If you must weep, weep like rain that knows where to fall, let it clean what needs cleaning. Let it leave when the ground is honest. Your dreams may shift to show you rooms you have not yet entered, walk them gently without trying to fix their furniture. They are rehearsals, not verdicts. When you forget, and you will, return to 3 moves: stillness, breath, 1 true sentence. Say it out loud even if only the walls hear it. The walls will tell the next hour you showed up. Keep your digital doors as secure as your wooden ones, curate your inputs like medicine. Do not swallow what sickens your clarity. The Archangel's map appears in different light depending on the day. Sometimes it glows at the next step. Sometimes it dims the wrong turn until it bores you. Train yourself to love boredom that protects you, let every thrill is a trumpet from heaven. Some are traps playing music. Let rest become a weapon you sharpen, not a couch you disappear into. Rest restores aim. Aim without rest drifts and calls it fate. When you celebrate, and you must, celebrate with people who keep your compass pointed home. Celebration is fuel with memory. It teaches your body what victory tastes like. Watch your speech for agreements you don't intend to keep. I'm always late. I'm just unlucky. This is how it is. These are contracts with a past you've outgrown. Write them with precision that respects your future. I meet myself on time. I move with favor and focus. This is how I choose it to be. Language is a locksmith in your mouth. Do not fear being misunderstood by those committed to their confusion. Clarity isn't a performance. It's a direction. Keep walking and let your life become the explanation. Return to the hallway with the 3 lamps whenever the air thickens. Clarity first, courage second. Humility third. Clarity stops you from hitting the wrong target, courage helps you hit the right one. Humility lets you learn from the recoil. Teach your hands new work that steadies your mind, fold fabric. 10 plants. Mend something that deserves another season. Hands that remember usefulness are slow to panic. Set aside a small fund for surprises that are not disasters. Call it the mooring jar. Teach your nervous system that not every unknown is a thief. Your body is a messenger with honest grammar. Feed it clean when the day is heavy, move it kindly when the hour is sharp. Practice leaving rooms without signing or shrieking. A quiet exit is a signature of strength, a quiet entrance is a promise you keep to yourself. There is a road you will take in the coming weeks that mirrors tonight's line on the floor. Step across it with the same certainty, let the shoes you wear then remember the ground you claim now. Keep the story of tonight simple when you retell it to yourself. I listened. I acted. I change you. Let that story be the seed you hide in your pocket, pull it out when the air forgets your name. Read it until the wind remembers who you are. If you love someone who still lives inside their own countdown, do not drag them, invite them. Offer your 3 truths and your 2 feathers. Offer your calm like a chair in a safe room, but never offer your compass in exchange for company. Companions worth keeping walk by the same north. Those who don't will ask you to trade maps for moments. Keep your map. Share your light. Guard your minutes like heirlooms. When the next threshold arrives, you will not need an angel to turn the lock. You will find it already open because you oiled it daily with small courage. Small courage grows into doors that welcome you on sight. Archangel Mitchell says your life has learned a new shape and the world will adjust. Expect some discomfort while it remembers you. Expect some silence where noise used to live. Silence is not absence. It is arrangement. It is the room clearing its throat before truth speaks. Let it. And listen. In work, choose the assignment that cleans your name. In love, choose the habit that keeps your heart honest. In rest, choose the rhythm that returns you whole. Your past may send postcards with pictures of old prisons. Let them arrive, let them gather, let them fade. You no longer vacation there. The storm that all those took you has become a well with your reflection steady on its surface. Drink when you need memory. Leave before you start looking for old thunder. If you stumble, do it forward. If you stop, let it be to listen, not to barging. If you cry, let it water the ground you've chosen to grow. And when you laugh, and you will, laugh like glass that refuses to hum at the edge, laugh like a room that decided to be strong. Laugh like a clock that learned to keep time with you. These are the days when your spine will teach your voice. These are the nights when your voice will teach your spine. Both will teach your feet to walk the kind of straight that bends around kindness. You are, from this hour, a keeper of thresholds. You open what must open and close what must close. You carry keys that don't jingle, only fit. The feathers wait. The lamps are trimmed. The circle of light holds your footprint like a signature. Step back into it in a time the world tries to edit you smaller. Step out of it carrying the size of your yes. Step onward with a peace that does not ask permission to stay. Tonight did not save you by accident. You saved yourself by attention, instruction, and action. Keep that trinity close and the door will know your hand. Go forward, let your hours find you ready. Let your readiness become your quiet legend. Archangel Mitchell says carry the line you crossed inside you. Let it travel with you into rude mornings and tender evenings. Let it remind your spine how to stand even when no one is watching. The world will test your new steadiness with small, slippery moments. A delay at the market will try to pull you back into impatience. A message type in heat will try to steal your calm before your thumb learns to pause. Breathe like you learned to breathe when the minute hand became a blade, shoulders down, jaw loose, eyes soft. Calm is not a trick. It is a tool. Place one quiet agreement in your day and keep it like gold. Wake at the time you chose and touch the paper with your 3 truths. Start before noise arrives and the noise will have to knock. Walk slowly through the first light and let it red your face. Light recognizes people who have earned themselves. It will follow you longer when you meet it first. Keep your tools visible so your excuses have nowhere to hide. The feathers, the page, the glass of water, the chair that faces the window. Visibility is accountability without shouting. You will notice how often the old you almost speaks. You will feel the sentence gather like thunder behind your teeth. Replace it with one clean line that serves your north. Say only what you can stand beside tomorrow. Say it once and clear. Let repetition be for practice, not for pleading. Choose the foods that keep your mind bright when the day grows heavy. Choose the movements that tell your blood you will not be trapped. Choose the rest that heals, not the rest that hides. Old patterns will circle like moths around your new flame. Do not chase them or swat at them. Moths lose interest when the flame is on. Give your time a schedule shaped like honesty. Put your most demanding work where your focus is richest. Put your quietest care where your heart is widest. Return, as needed, to the hallway of lamps. Clarity first to name what is true. Courage second to do what is needed. Humility third to learn from the attempt. Adepts teach faster than fantasies. Effort in the right direction becomes a tide. Practice 4 rescue moves you can execute in any room. Sit, breathe, write 1 true sentence, drink water. Repeat until your nerves forget how to steal the wheel. Keep a small ritual for closing the day even when the day went crooked. List 3 things you kept and 1 thing you will do better. Go to sleep like a craftsman who respects tomorrow's hands. There is a strength that makes no noise and leaves no dents. It rearranges space with presence and steadiness. Grow that kind until doors open because you arrived calmly. You may be tempted to perform your growth for people who did earn a front row seat. Resist the theater. Let your life be a demonstration, not a debate. Go to your boundaries like a host holds a guest list. Smile as you check names. Warmth and standards can share the same doorway. If memory tries to replay the worst angles of your past, reduce the volume and shorten the clip. You are the editor now. Editors protect the audience from noise that adds nothing. When you face a choice that feels like a cliff, build a small ramp. Break the choice into 1 move you can execute kindly. Kind execution outruns grand intention. Let your calendar include recovery as deliberately as it includes effort. Recovery is not a reward. It is part of the craft. Craftsmen do not resent sharpening. Speak gratitude in plain language to the parts of you that stayed when it was hard. Thank your lungs for moving air and your feet for holding ground. Gratitude keeps the crew loyal. Keep money aligned with your compass so it cannot bribe you off the path. Spend on tools that guard your clarity and on rest that returns you whole. Save for the future version of you who will thank your discipline. Notice who becomes brighter when you become steady. Keep them close and share your lamp oil. Notice who grows restless when you grow calm. Bless them from a distance if distance is needed. Distance can be a gentle mercy that tells the truth. Truth bends less when it is delivered with softness. Do not bargain with fear for favors. Fear keeps no promises but its own. Invite caution to speak and excuse panic to leave. When anger arrives in its honest form, seed it with paper and pen. Let it tell you what boundary needs building. Build it without ceremony and move on. When joy arrives, do not ask for its passport. Let it live with you without pager work. Joy teaches the room how to breathe. Practice the silence that strengthens, not the silence that sours. One kneels because it listens, the other injures because it hides. Too zeal even when hiding would be easy. Carry a small phrase for doors that hesitate. I go where my peace is welcome, repeat it until the hinges remember you. Your future sends you signals you can actually use. The twinge before you overcommit, the quiet thrill when the right work calls your name. Honor those signals by moving your feet accordingly. Feet trained to obey peace arrive on time without running. On time is a sanctuary in a rushing world. Keep one shelf in your home reserved for reminders that are not heavy. A stone from a good walk, a note written on a strong night. A feather tight with blue cloth. Hold each when the hour forgets you, let them return your own voice to your chest. Voices travel better when carried by something you can touch. There will be mornings when the sky looks like doubt. On those mornings, shrink your plan to the smallest honest unit and do it well. Honest units stack into momentum. Momentum turns the key on doors that look ceremonial. Suddenly the hinges admit you like family. Family in this sense means the rooms you were always meant to work in. Your name will begin to feel properly sized inside your mouth, not too large, not too small. Exactly what fits. Names that fit do not have to be defended. When you must deliver hard truth, deliver it the way the Archangel handled the hum of the glass. Steady hand. Quiet authority, clean end. Clean endings bless beginnings. Keep a watch for the fog of half-truths that sells comfort as wisdom. Comfort that asks you to abandon your compass is just a soft theft. Wisdom keeps your compass and improves your map. Create a habit of setting the room before you start the work that matters. Clear the desk. Square the corners. Put the glass where the light finds it. Rooms arrange within tangent whisper instructions. Let your wardrobe cooperate with your commitments. Wear what lets you move and breathe. Armor is useful only if it doesn't turn you into a statue. Pay attention to how your body speaks in meetings with strangers. The shoulder that lifts, the stomach that tightens. The hand that wants to hide. Translate those dialects into decisions. Upgrade the questions you ask yourself when you choose your day. What moves my work forward with integrity? What guards my peace without shrinking my love? What honors the person I promised to be in the dark? Those three can guide a calendar like stars guide sailors. Sailors who respect stars still watch the weather, watching. The weather is not fear. It is partnership. Practice tidy exits from promises that no longer match your truth. Endings done with clarity and kindness preserve dignity on both shores. Dignity returns in crest over time. Let music into your house that knows how to hold a room without taking it hostage. Let sense remind you of the night you learned to breathe like a craft. Give every sense a job in your steadiness. If envy knocks, hand it gratitude and a broom. Let it sweep until it remembers what it has. Envy that works becomes appreciation. If shame whispers, take it for a walk in the sun. Shame dims indoors and dissolves outdoors. Sunlight says your name without lowering its voice. Teach your devices to respect your thresholds. Notifications that interrupt your peace must earn their urgency. Do not place your phone face down during the first and last hour of your day. Let silence mentor you while the world sleeps. Mentors like this are priceless and patient. Keep a short list titled When I Forget. It should include breath, posture, one true sentence, water, step outside. Tape it near the mirror that sees you most. When storms roll in again, and they will, remember the feeling of stepping across the line at T0. That feeling lives in you now like a switch. Flip it and watch the room remember you. Invest in friendships that do not require you to shrink your steadiness to fit. Invite them often and break bread slowly. Slow bread keeps fast fear from eating first. Reserve celebration for progress, not perfection. Perfection is a trap with good lighting. Progress is a path that forgives footprints. Read something each week that strengthens your spine without hardening your heart. Stories where people keep their word. Pages where truth is spoken like water. Write to yourself once a week as if you were your own guardian. Remind yourself of the lines you keep, the loves you protect, the craft you honor. Guardianship is love with a schedule. Train your eyes to recognize opportunities disguised as maintenance. Fixing the hinge before it squeals. Sending the note before the silence grows teeth. Let softness become a strategy instead of a symptom. Soft voices can lead armies of decisions. Soft hands can move mountains of mess. Keep one brave plan on the horizon at all times. Something that requires your full breath and your best discipline. Horizons like that teach you to keep walking true. Do not tell every victory to every year. Share with the ones who grow stronger when you do. Strength that multiplies is safe to feed. If you must carry a secret, let it be the quiet certainty that you can meet an hour like you met that night. The certainty will keep you from oversharing your fear. Fear tends to borrow voices. Let your laughter become a sign that the room is safe. Laugh with your shoulders relaxed and your teeth unclenched. Laughter that doesn't flinch is a teacher. Honor your sleep as seriously as you honor your word. Sleep returns tools to their drawers. Tools stored well are easy to find when alarms ring. Build a tradition around finishing strong. A candle, a line of ink to glass raised to effort. Tradition stitch memory to motion. When your path forks, choose the one that matches your vows, not your moods. Vows are older than moods and less dramatic. They stay when the weather changes. Keep a small space for grief that is not finite. Visit it with respect and leave it with intention. Unfinished grief deserves order, not exile. Practice the art of beginning again without ceremony. Begin in the middle if the day demands it. Strong beginnings can arrive any time. If someone tries to bait you back into storms that no longer fit, let your feet answer for you. Beat walking away our clear language. Clear language is a kindness when spoken early. Remember the map that appeared beneath the Archangel's fingers. It is not carved in stone, it is alive. It updates when your integrity does. Live at a speed where you can keep promises to yourself, speeds above that make you brittle. Speeds below that make you sleepy. Walk like a person who trusts their next step, sit like a person who can hear their peace. Speak like a person whose words pay rent. Let your work become a prayer shaped like attention. Let your home become a workshop for steadiness. Let your friendships become a school for joy. Every few weeks, return to the threshold where you first stepped across. Stand there and thank the hour for teaching you how to arrive. Then arrive again, on purpose. This is how life is built that keeps its own weather. This is how tragedy loses interest and instruction takes the chair. This is how you carry the line you crossed until every room you enter learns to hold. The night that changed you still remembers your name, and the morning does too. Carry both like letters in the same envelope. Deliver them daily by the way you move. Archangel Mitchell says keep your compass visible when choices grow noisy. Tape your 3 truths where your eyes naturally rest. Let your day orbit around what you promised in the quiet, not what shouts in the rush. Build a morning that defends you from the afternoon. Water first, movement second, intention third. The order matters because order becomes armor. Practice the pause that protects your next hour. Count 1 breath slower than you want, then 1 decision simpler than you fear. Sublicity scales under pressure. When you doubt your direction, reduce the path to a single honest stride. Take it and measure the calm that follows. Calm is data you can trust. Write a small agreement at breakfast and keep it by dinner. Let it be boring and beautiful. Boring agreements are the bones of beautiful lives. Keep your phone as a servant, not a sheriff. Silence what steals your presence. Presence is the currency of a guided day. Walk rooms with a question only you can answer. Does this align with my north? If not, change the room or change your place in it. Your feet are the most truthful editors you own. Keep a green list of people and places that brighten your steadiness. Visit them on purpose, not by accident. Intention multiplies their medicine. When old fear auditions for a lead role, hand it a clipboard instead. Let it note the exits and the fire extinguishers. Then let courage take the stage. Carry cash for kindness, small bills for small mercies. The world remains softer when generosity is ready. Practice the craft of leaving your future fewer messes to clean. Wash the cup, send the note, put the keys where they belong. Simple stewardship is advanced protection. Use your name like a vow when you speak to yourself. Speak it with respect that trains your spine. Spines taught by respect carry storms like coats, not anchors. Attach your boundaries to behaviors, not to moods. When X happens, I do Y. Write a few now and keep them near. Systems rescue you when feelings try to negotiate. Cultivate elders, living or on the page, whose presence steadies your night. Sit with their sentences when your aum are too loud. Borrow their calm without copying their life. Feed your body like someone you're responsible for. Colors from plants, protein with purpose. Water without excuses. A clear belly lets a clear brain steer. Design a reset minute you can run anywhere. 2 deep breaths, unclench the jaw, drop the shoulders, scan for tension like a lighthouse scans for rights. Relief is a skill, not an accident. Let your home broadcast your intentions. A tidy table invites focus. A made bed invites completion. Invitations matter. Rehearse conflict with compassion before you enter it. Decide the truth you must carry, the bridge you hope to keep, and the line you won't cross. Enter like a builder with a blueprint, not a brawler with a grudge. Keep a forgiveness box, but keep its lid tight. Place names in it when carrying them costs too much clarity. Open it only when you can afford generosity that doesn't bankrupt your boundaries. Plant friendships where reciprocity lives. Give and receive without ledger, but notice the balance over seasons. Seasons tell the truth quietly. Schedule wonder. A sky check at night. A slow sip near a window. a walk that has no destination but clean air. Wonder oils the hinges of endurance. Reduce the dramas you star in by retiring your favorite roles. Stop being the rescuer where people refuse to swim. Stop being the villain in stories written by your own fear. If you must fall, fall forward into the next right thing. Catch yourself with structure, not self-loathing. Structure is a kinder man. Tie your goals to habits you can do while tired. Tired happens. Habits that survive fatigue become ladders on days when ambition oversleeps. Honor your deadlines like doors others are holding open for you. Walk through on time. Thank the hands you don't see. Keep a no for now list so your yes can breathe. Many good things are wrong-sized for this season. Timing is a talent you can learn. When envy shows you someone else's harvest, ask it to show you their planting schedule too, then return to your soil. Your seeds are counting on your hands, not your comparisons. Turn mistakes into memos. What happened? What it cost? What will prevent a sequel? Files like these keep you human and keep you ready. Protect your evenings from decision fatigue. Pre-decide dinner, clothes, and tomorrow's first hard move. Spare your morning from avoidable wrestling. When you meet rudeness, meet it at the height of your dignity. Dignity is taller than pride and quieter than anger. It moves the needle without breaking the gauge. Invest in tools that reduce friction between you and your values. A good lamp, a quiet chair. Shoes that love distance. Friction wears down dreams, tools reduce the drag. Retire the phrase "that's just how I am" when it defends your smaller self. Replace it with "it's who I was, here's what I'm practicing now." Practice is the only honest prophecy. Keep sacred hours where you answer to no buzz but your breath. Even 20 minutes can change a day's weather. Call them your anchor thoughts and guard them like medicine. Learn the top 3 sensations that predict bad choices for you. Maybe it's the tight jaw, the hot forehead, the fast scroll. Label them early and you'll steer earlier. Write your code of the hour in simple lines you can remember under stress. Tell the truth. Tib your word. Protect your peace. Teach your calendar to show your values before it shows your errands. Errands will fill any container you give them. Values require containers with locks. When someone tries to sell you urgency, ask for their evidence. True emergencies announce themselves with facts, not pressure. Pressure without proof is manipulation. Let music be a tool you choose, not a mood that possesses you. Use rhythm to move your body and melody to soften your mind. Choose wisely, not all sums arise. Carry a tiny notebook for halls of clarity. Clarity lights a landing pan. Without one, it flies off and calls itself inspiration in someone else's day. Renew your relationship with sunlight. Begin a few mornings facing east. Let the sky say your name before the world does. Store energy by choosing fewer fights. Not all hills are yours. The hills that are will feel like vows, not bait. Set ambitions that would make your future self write you a thank you letter. Insist they be soul-aligned. Not ego-sugared. Shooter burns fast, lineman burns steady. Create exit strategies before you enter rooms that might steal your peace. A phrase of call to cluck you is bed. Preparedness is not paranoia. It's respect for your time. When you borrow courage, pay it back with action. Action is interest. It multiplies the loan. Courage lenders love reliable borrowers. Trust the slowness that finishes things. Quick can spark, so completes. Completion feeds confidence more than speed ever will. Practice naming 3 options before declaring yourself stuck. Even small options widen a hallway. Widened hallways are how panic loses balance. Adopt a beginner's posture on purpose. Ask the extra question when the stakes are still small. Early humility is cheaper than late repair. Choose mentors who steward power without theater. Notice how they sit, how they pose, how they leave. Emulation beats imitation. Audit the stories you rehearse in the shower. Make them match your vows. Stories train your nervous system for the day. When apologies are due, deliver them clean. No excuses. No invices, no armor. Clean apologies are architects of future trust. Trust saves time. Guard your digital intake after 9 p.m. Let your mind cool without the neon drip of everybody else's weather. Cool minds file better dreams. Invite silence into meetings. Ask, let's take 10 seconds to breathe. Watch how wisdom uses the space. Wisdom loves oxygen. Relearn leisure that doesn't numb. Books, walks, hands in dough. Eyes on birds, numbing pauses the pain. Leisure builds the person who can carry it. Rehearse delight like you rehearse disaster. Keep a list of small joys you can deploy in under 5 minutes. Joy on demand is a real skill. Interrupt spirals of posture. Stand, stack your bones, widen your breath. Buddies that remember alignment shorten storms. Keep one ambitious promise in progress, always. Ambition with integrity trains your courage not to rust. Rust steals edges, your hour needs edges. When you feel behind, compare yourself only to who you were before you kept your word. That comparison tells the truth. Truth is motivation without shame. Let your prayers, whatever form they take, be less about rescue and more about readiness. Ready people meet good chances more often. Good chances like company. Practice generosity that ends cycles of pettiness. Give the right away, hold the door. Send the kind note. Small mercies derail small meanness. Build redundancies for your essentials. Extra charger, extra copy, extra compassion. Redundancy is how professionals respect the unexpected. The IT stack you respects professionals back. Remember that waiting can be active. Research, train, prepare, rest. Waiting that works makes arrival smooth. When grief returns in waves, surf what you can and sit what you must. No one gets extra credit for growling. Air is not selfish. Teach the children in your life, by nearness or example, how to pause before reacting. The pause is inheritance. Inheritance is like that outlive money. Share credit and hold responsibility. That formula builds rooms where excellence likes to live. Excellence has standards and a sense of you. Keep learning names of people, of streets, of stars. Names are handles. Handles move the world with less strain. The world notices who learns its names. Retire sarcasm when tenderness would do. Sarcasm is a cheap edge that dulls quickly. Tenderness keeps its shine. Establish thresholds for revaluation. When tired, when hungry, when after sunset, don't make covenants with the day when your body is bargaining. Bargains made by empty stomachs bill later. Throw away one thing a week that carries yesterday's confusion, assured descendants may have it. Empty space is an invitation your future knows how to answer. Keep a done list as fiercely as you keep it to do. Let your eyes land on proof that you move mountains one shovel at a time. Proof calms the critic. Practice praise and specifics. You kept your word on a hard day. You listened even when frustrated. Specific praise teaches your mind what to repeat. Do not let urgency colonize your identity. You are not busy. You are building. Builders choose pace, chaos seals it. Take photographs of places where you kept your vow. Tape one where you can see it on slow afternoons. Memory supported by images strong blue. Group your effort into sprints with rests announced ahead of time. Work that expects breath lasts longer than work that demands worship. Worship your values, not your output. If you feel unseen, see yourself on purpose. Write your name in your own schedule. People follow calendars. Let yours lead you to your own chair. Advocate for yourself without apology. Ask for clarity, timelines, expectations. Adults carrying their own compass travel far. Keep a cold glass and a warm blanket within reach. Comfort prevents avoidable spirals. Spirals avoided are victories earned. Go outside when your room begins to echo. Real air breaks fake loops. The horizon is honest. Listen to it. Use your full voice when you need to stop harm. Quiet courage is not the same as silence in the face of danger. Your peace is not polite when threatened. Practice stopping while still strong. Leaving a task with dignity trains tomorrow to trust you. Trust becomes momentum. Count the number of promises you carry and reduce to what you can love. The rest are theater tickets you will never redeem. Burn them and warm your hands. Invest in skills that shorten the distance between idea and execution. Shorter distances reduce lost courage. When you teach, teach from scars, not open wounds. Scars are maps, wounds are mirrors. Maps move people. Protect your humor, the hour that laughs right up lives, the hour that grinds wrong. Laughter owes courage. Finally, revisit the threshold, not as a shrine, but as a workshop. Sweep it, mark it, step across daily. Each crossing makes the next storm spend more energy to touch you. And if the world ever tries to drag you back into an hour that smells like sirens, you already know the script. Breathe. Align. Choose the next right thing, then another. Then another. Because tonight taught you the holy mathematics of steadiness. One choice, plus one breath, plus one honest step, multiplied by time, equals a life that cannot be bullied by clocks. Carry that equation like a key in your pocket. Let it click in every lock that matters. Let rooms open because you kept your word when the wind tried to borrow your name.